Hello, and welcome to the presentation of Improving Computer Science Education for the Future by Dylan Schneider. This presentation will cover current computer science education and industry and how we can change them for the better in the future. In today's early education system, not very many schools are offering computer science. In fact, only about 40% of K through 12 schools in America offer a computer science course. In most of these schools, computer science is taught as an elective, instead of being taught as a core science like chemistry, biology, and physics. More and more kids are relying on extracurricular clubs and activities as well as the internet to learn computer science and computer programming. Today, parents are aware of how technology has recently shaped the world and are wanting their kids to study it. In college, from 1970 to 2011, we see a pretty steady number of computer science graduates. Observing the graph a little more closely, we notice two increases in the graph of computer science majors. One hump appears in the mid-1980s, which corresponds with the release of MS-DOS, the first personal computing operating system released by Microsoft. The other hump appears right at the turn of the century, when personal computers started to get big and started appearing in households across the world. So, we definitely see spikes in computer science graduates corresponding to important computing events in history. You can even see a spike starting to happen around 2011 when the tech industry really started to take off. Now that technology is relevant in everyday life, we expect to see the number of computer science graduates to steadily increase and rarely decrease over time. In today's very large business world, every company needs some sort of computing work done, whether it be a website, an app, or just gathering and analyzing data. There are a lot of jobs open to computer scientists. A recent study shows that there are around 500,000 open jobs for computer scientists. Not only are there a lot of jobs, but most of these jobs pay very well, and a computer science major can potentially earn up to 40% more than other college graduates in the lifetime. A study shows that computer scientists will earn, on average, $1.67 million in their lifetime. Ideally, this information should serve as incentive to young students to study computer science. Here is a rough breakdown of the 1.77 million computer scientists in the workforce today. Notice how many different kinds of computing jobs are alive and well in the real world today. However, we are breeding the most software developers and computer programmers. I believe this has to do with our monotonous computer science education. Today, it seems that the education system is breeding one type of computer scientists, when in reality, we need a very diverse population of computer scientists in the workforce. I understand that the right-hand side of the image is harder to see, but that information is almost irrelevant since it is such a low percentage of computer scientists in the workforce. The biggest takeaways from this image are the crazy amount of software developers and computer programmers alongside the small amount of teachers. Software developers and computer programmers combine to a whopping 26% of the workforce, while teachers and professors sit at only 3% of the workforce. That's over 460,000 software developers and computer programmers and only about 50,000 teachers. If we want the industry and technology to keep advancing at this rate, we will definitely need more teachers in order to produce more developers and engineers in the future. So, what's the problem here? I believe too many young students are not getting the exposure to computer science that they want or that they need. The education system treats computer science as fun instead of the hard science that it is. Therefore, computer science isn't being taken seriously at this young age and in young school. When kids see computer science only for fun, they don't take it seriously like other sciences. One of the biggest problems here is that we do not have enough certified teachers for computer science in early school and in college. Most teachers in elementary, middle, and high schools do not possess the ability to teach computer science like a hard science. Since we aren't producing qualified scientists, the industry is left with gaps to fill. Without the qualified computer scientists, the tech industry could get held back or not progress at the same rate that it is now. We need more students and more teachers to help produce better and more engineers for the future. In order to make everything work together, we may need to modify some things about the current education system and the tech industry. If we can get students to learn and enjoy computer science at a young age, they are more likely to continue with it later in life. We can change the education system to account for other types of computer scientists, like teachers, not just the engineers. If we can get some computer scientists to focus on teaching, we can rapidly change the way it's taught and have more certified professionals doing the teaching. This will help create a diverse population of computer scientists that the future industry needs. Some programs like Codable or Code.org's Hour of Code are online tools to teach very young kids the principles of mathematics and computational reasoning. These types of resources are great for introducing computer science and computer programming to young children so that they are aware of computer science and have a fun way to learn it as a child. This way, they will have a better understanding of computer science as they get older and know that it is not only fun, but challenging and rigorous at the same time. I believe one great way to get this started is to involve the industry in the education system and vice versa. I believe this will start a stable system for computer science. The industry will be able to communicate with schools in order for school to teach exactly what is needed in the industry. This would allow professors and teachers to focus their teaching on certain subjects, not just general computing. I think this would also help the industry. If they were involved with students, they could create job opportunities and fill their gaps with students that they know and have already worked with. One program that has started this track is called TEALS, which stands for Technology, Education, and Learning in Schools, and was created in 2009 by a Microsoft employee. TEALS aims to pair tech professionals who have a background in computer science and computer programming with K through 12 teachers in order to team teach computer science. This combines the teacher's ability to effectively communicate to a classroom and a tech professional's knowledge to introduce students to computer science. Currently, TEALS has two different programs, one for introductory computer science and one for AP computer science. This gives schools the ability to choose to have computer science as an introductory course or to have computer science as a hard science with rigorous material. A program like this helps regular teachers gain the ability to teach computer science. A program like this also has the ability to offer incentives to teachers and tech professionals who are willing to devote time to teaching computer science in schools. This way, we can start to solve the problem of not having enough teachers and start creating more and better computer science students in the future. Of course, none of this will happen overnight, but small steps in the right direction will cause massive changes to technology, society, and the world itself. Thank you for your time and have a wonderful day. Here is my works cited page for the Improving Computer Science Education for the Future presentation.